Welcome back to Jetsetting with Sian, where I'm travelling the world around my 9 to 5. So today, this is a vlog of 5 nights through Central Europe, visiting Prague, Bratislava and ending in Vienna. So the trip did start in Prague, we landed in the evening time, and so the vlog really starts with the following day. So we went to Monk Bistro for breakfast, which was absolutely stunning. And then we went to the municipal library in Prague, and this was the main attraction that I wanted to see, was the book tower. And wow, it is insane. It is a free activity, so obviously budget friendly, but it can get a little bit busy, so there might be a bit of a queue. Next on, we walked to St. Nicholas's Church, which was so stunning inside, and it is right by the old town. So once we were done wandering around the church, we walked through like the main old town square, and we did kind of use this as our base of just trying to understand how to get everywhere else, because I think Prague is pretty much a walkable city. We did mostly walk instead of public transport, to be honest. Next, we went to the astronomical clock tower, which is quite interesting. And we did go up the tower as well, so we could go to the viewpoint and see over the old town square and over the city of Prague itself. So I do recommend doing this. There's some nice views up there. I'm pretty sure this costs about £10 per person to go up, but I will be doing a separate video for my full cost breakdown for the whole trip. Once we were done at the astronomical tower, we did walk over Charles's Bridge. It was a bit of a cloudy day, so this was back in November, so we did have to wrap up warm. It was a bit cold, but it is quite a nice place for the wintry vibes, to be fair. So we went over to Lennon Wall, which is like on the other side of Charles's Bridge, wandered around some of the little canals, and then we did go up to the castle. I didn't go inside, but I went up mainly for the viewpoint, which was very good, didn't disappoint. Then we went for some food, so we got some kind of traditional food, which was actually delicious and really good value for money. Then grabbed a Cinnabon, so I know we can get this at home, but you know when you just feel like something sweet when you've been doing so much walking. Had a wander around the old town, and then we did go for an Italian for dinner, which is just like the small streets off the old town, and it was lovely, so I do recommend. And then went for some drinks. Next morning we went for a delicious brunch, and then we were heading on to our next city, which is Bratislava. So the views were in the train station in Prague were really nice. And I just had to take a video of this. It looked really old school to me, and I really thought it looked cool in the train station. Anyway, fast forward, we arrived in Bratislava Old Town in the evening the night before. So this is the next morning when we did explore a little bit more. This brunch place is so like aesthetic and stunning, so I definitely recommend here, and it was good value for money as well. Then again, we didn't really use any public transport in Bratislava. We found it really walkable. So we had a wander around again the old town. The views on the way up to Bratislava Castle were beautiful, and I think we were really lucky this day. Again, it was really cold, but just look at those blue skies. It just made like the architecture, everything at the castle just looked so surreal. So we had a wander round, went round the back of the castle, which is free, to look at the like botanical gardens, which were really nice. Again, I didn't pay to go in. I didn't have that much time in all of these places, so some places where it would have taken a little bit longer to wander around, like the castles and stuff, I didn't pay for the entry there, but that is just personal preference, obviously. We went to a small like little museum of illusions, which was really cool, and again, because it was November, it was a good way to escape the cold and do something a little bit different. This room was like given the Matrix. It was really freaking out my brain, but it was good fun, and it was really cheap as well, so it is something I'd recommend if you're looking to do something just a little bit different. After that, we did head down to the church. So this was kind of in the same area as the Museum of Illusions and the castle, so it was really easy to get to, just a couple of minutes walk. And then from there we wandered through the old town and we went up to the viewpoint at St. Michael's Gate, which was really nice. And after that, again, just explored some more of the old town. And this was a couple of days before the Christmas markets opened, so they weren't quite opened, but they were starting to put up the decorations, which felt so nice and like festive. This trip did get me kind of ready for Christmas, to be honest. And then we went and had some cheesecake and saw the blue church, which was closed inside, but we saw the outside, which was cool. Went for some traditional food at Bratislava Flagship restaurant. That was really good. And then we went to this small bar, which was nice and cool actually, like an underground kind of vibe, which I would recommend. I'll put the details of all the bars and restaurants and cafes in the caption. And the next morning it was time to be on the move again, because we got a short, I think 50-minute train to Vienna. And we did that nice and early, so we had the full day to explore. So we got off the train, went straight to our hotel, dropped off our luggage, and we hopped on a tram up to Belvedere Palace, which was beautiful. Again, we're a little bit short on time, so we didn't get tickets to go inside, but it was a nice day again, so we were happy just exploring the grounds and the outside. And we had no idea that there would already be Christmas markets up and running at the palace, so that was beautiful. Then we got the tram back into town, went to the Mozart statue, which was cool, and then we went to the museum. So this place was so high on my list because just the inside of the museum is absolutely stunning. Like the ceilings, I was just completely in awe. I thought this place was beautiful and definitely a must visit on my list. I just could not stop taking videos, to be honest. Very like aesthetic and just stunning. After we left there, we walked past the Austrian Parliament, and then we headed over to where the main Christmas markets were in Vienna, and this was so fun. Again, this made me feel so festive and ready for Christmas. We got some food here, which was really tasty. I'd not had that before, but I think it was like traditional food again. And we saw the horses. And then from here, it was just a short walk over to the Hofburg Palace area. So we headed down there. Again, Vienna, we didn't really use much public transport. We found it pretty much walkable. The only thing on our list that was a bit further out was the Belvedere Palace. But other than that, we did walk. Then we went to go and see the cathedral. There was a massive queue there, so again, we didn't go in. We just saw the outside, which I was amazed by again. I thought the buildings in Vienna were so beautiful. I was amazed, to be honest. And then we went to the Austrian National Library, so I loved this. I definitely wanted to see this because I'd seen it on like TikTok and social media before I went, and it did not disappoint, so I recommend, and it's quite good value for the ticket. That's my roundup of 3 cities in 5 nights, traveling through Central Europe by train. Would you do something like this, or have you done a trip like this before? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.